KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, serving Guam for 80 years. Matson and the Adai Tano Program. Harley-Davidson of Guam. Visit our new showroom, now located on Route 8 in Mighty. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dedido. Always open, always local.
Ahead on Primetime, senators tackle more than a dozen bills which are now on their way to the governor's desk. Plus, a new lawsuit is filed in the sex abuse scandal involving the Catholic Church. And challenges for the island's charter schools. Carmen Shalahi has more in progress that could be on its way.
Hafideh, good evening.
Well, Chris, from disarming a peace officer to physical fitness standards for law enforcement, senators passed more than 10 bills today at the Guam Congress building. Among the bills passed, Senator Talina Nelson's Bill 324, which makes disarming a police officer a felony. Senator Tom Addis' Bill 342, which authorizes the Chamorro Land Trust to lease the Jigo racetrack to the Guam Racing Federation for 50 years. Senator Nelson's Guam Landlord and Tenant Rental Act, ADA, and Senator Regine Biscoli's Bill 354 and 366, which appropriate local matching funds for Medicaid. Also, Senator Mary Torres' Bill 267, which enhances Civil Service Commission procedural protections for classified employees, and Acting Speaker Teresa Lahi's Bill 344, which expedites war claims.
Senators also failed to override the governor's veto of Senator Addis' Bill 28. Senator Tom Addis' Bill 28-34, according to Addis, sought to improve GovGuam's procurement protest process by giving the Office of the Public Auditor jurisdiction over contract disputes, setting timelines for resolutions of disputes, and allowing dispute judges to impose a protest bond if a protest is thought to be frivolous, among other things. Governor DeCalvo had vetoed the bill, saying the bill was troubling in his veto message. Calvo also said Addis' bill would lead to frivolous protests. Addis addressed the governor's critiques of the bill before his colleagues in session this week. The senator said his bill addresses two sectors of Guam's procurement law, sections that deal with administrative and judicial resolution of procurement controversies. The governor's veto message took issue with several provisions in the bill, including one that allowed interested parties that didn't necessarily bid on a government project to participate in procurement protests.
The veto override failed with Senators Ada, Lee, and Joe Augustine, Nelson, and Mary Torres voting in favor of the override. Senators Fernando Esteves, Will Castro, Luis Muñoz, Tommy Morrison, Terlahi, and Espadon voting against. Excused from today's vote, Senators Dennis Rodriguez Jr., Michael San Nicolas, and Frank Uggan Jr. You can view a complete list of the bills and the vote on KUAM.com. A lawsuit centering on counting portions of the spoiled ballots from the primary election is still working its way through the courts. Ken Leon Guerrero of the Political Action Committee, Guam Citizens for Public Accountability, is suing the Guam Election Commission. And today, a scheduling conference was rescheduled to December 4th. Superior Court Judge Vern Perez is hearing the case, which alleges the GEC should have counted portions of spoiled ballots that were not spoiled. Leon Guerrero argued today he was served the day before the hearing, and the GEC, represented by legal counsel Vince Camacho, said the GEC had not been officially summoned. Leon Guerrero is representing himself in the case.
Another $5 million lawsuit against the church. A victim who has filed under the alias Andy alleges he was sexually molested and abused by deceased priest Raymond Cepeda. According to the complaint filed in the District Court of Guam, the former altar boy alleges the abuse occurred in the mid-1970s when he was around 12 or 13 years old. While at the Dedido parish, Andy recalls the priest telling him to follow him into the back room to assist with the wine and communion bread. That's where Andy says he felt something liquid flowing down inside his cassock against his body, prompting him to turn around, where the priest told him to, quote, take your clothes off because the wine spilled on your cassock and needs to be washed and dried on time before Mass starts, end quote. The boy was confused and scared as he stood in nothing but his underwear. Andy alleges the priest pulled his underwear off and then performed sex acts on the boy before he was able to escape to a nearby store. He immediately quit being an altar boy. This lawsuit comes as the church prepares to file bankruptcy. A status hearing is set for January 17.
A mistrial declared twice. Now, a couple accused of trying to smuggle meth from California to Guam will have to wait until next year to find out if the district court, Chief Judge will grant or deny their motion to dismiss the case. The case for Raymond Martinez and Juanita Moser started back in 2015. It was earlier this month the jury at the district court failed to reach a unanimous verdict, resulting in a second mistrial. Defense attorneys have continuously presented their entrapment defense, arguing the couple had been set up. Prosecutors, however, object to their case being thrown out, stating the inconvenience of a third trial is, quote, far outweighed, by the public's need to be protected and to allow major narcotics cases to be resolved. A hearing on the motion is set for January 15th at 10 a.m. of next year.
While the first charter school on Guam is asking for GDOE building to extend their cramped teaching campus, the newest charter school on the block is still struggling to get all classrooms up and running. But one parent and admin lead remain hopeful both charter schools can succeed. Carmen Turlahi reports.
Recently elected president of the parent-teacher organization at CIFA, Paul Tapao is pleased with the challenging curriculum his son receives at Science is Fun and Awesome Learning Academy, though he admits the school was off to a rough start.
And I know for a fact, and I can speak pretty much on behalf of for all 99 parents that are a part of the CIFA program, that it was challenging and it was tough. It was, the uncertainty was there and everything was lingering. But the staff of CIFA assured us about, where the curriculum was going to go. For a few weeks, our kids were pretty much nomadic education.
Those students are now studying STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, mathematics at a building on campus. Construction for the 4 buildings on the Teason property remain in progress. The delay in completion raised questions from the Department of Labor, who last month was investigating payment for contractors, and GDOE, whose audit office is currently reviewing a $100,000 validation for construction. Tapao says facility challenges are, quote, growing pains of a first-year school that the PTO is confident will soon be resolved.
Venturing into something new, there's always that uncertainty. So with that, being a part of the PTO, we asked again, both CIFA and of course Eagle Land to be very transparent with what's going on with the operation. That this is the infancy stage in which they're going to grow and hopefully blossom to this school and the potential in which they can actually achieve through the CIFA Academy.
But CIFA isn't the only charter school facing facility issues. Nearby, Dr. Judith Wampat, Chief Academic Officer at Guahan Academy Charter School, is fighting for use of GDOE's Building E.
We don't rather have the luxury that all the schools right now have. And so, there is just so little that we're asking for.
Showing us cramped rooms often shared by multiple employees, Wampat expressed a need to expand parking in classrooms for the 713 students at GAX, responding to Superintendent John Fernandez's claim that the building is still in use.
We're all about the children, and this involves special needs children, and we have them as well. So therefore, that testing room can continue to be used for the purpose it was built for. It's just not, a conducive learning environment when you consider, what we're faced with.
New to the job, she's also working on hearing back from accreditation officials by early next year. Meantime, Chairwoman of the Charter School Council, Amanda Bloss, tells KUAM that the council is in direct contact with all charter schools, hoping to meet before the end of the year. Reporting for Guam's East Network, I'm Carmen Victoria Turlahi.
Thanks, Carmen. We'll stick around for mornings here on Primetime.
You're watching KUAM.
There are more ways to experience Guam via KUAM News, giving you what you want, when you want, and how you want it. From smart devices, Alexa, what's in the news?
Here's your flash briefing.
Over the web, on mobile, on streaming platforms, with immersive, interactive formats, and via social media where it's more than just content, it's conversation. More ways to keep you informed and entertained whenever you want it, wherever you are, on whatever device you're using.
We value relationships because when we commit,
I love you guys until you're 80, until you're 90, until you're 100, forever.
We are in it for the long run, so you can enjoy the moments that matter. Because when we commit to relationships, we never stop caring. Calvo's Select Care, health care that is always there for you. Federal employees and annuitants enroll today.
These are our islands, and this is our Laddystone. This is what we stand for and who we are. For more than 35 years, we delivered connections that matter throughout the Marianas. First, via radio link, then by fiber optic cable. We launched the region's first 4G LTE network and continue to make our network faster and stronger. Telecommunications changed the way our islands interact with the world, but not the heart behind those interactions. IT&E. Explore your world.
Chuck E. Cheese's Guam is not all fun and games. Our pizza is delicious with the freshest toppings, oven baked to order. Try the fresh salad bar, sandwiches, and don't forget our mouth-watering wings. Come and eat at Chuck E. Cheese's Guam.
Wait, what? Everyone's excited about the Chevy vehicles at the Chevy Black Friday sales event.
I could get used to this.
Wow. And you will be too when you get 0% financing on our award-winning Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs.
How is that even possible?
Now get 0% financing for 72 months on popular 2018 and 2019 Chevy models. Or make no monthly payments until next year. The Black Friday sales event ends soon.
Call, click, or visit AK Chevrolet for a test drive today.
Welcome back. We'll get to more local headlines in a moment.
But first, here's regional headlines from KSPN2 News in Saipan.
Hafa-day Guam. Here are the headlines for CNMI.
Homeland Security Emergency Management in partnership with FEMA are beginning to implement a debris removal program. This is a curbside pickup. They're advising the community not to put their debris in big piles like this, but rather to separate it into 4 categories. This is for green waste, tin, lumber, and hazardous household materials. We sit down with both offices for the details.
We are now able to pick up white goods, so that includes refrigerators, ACs, water heaters, washers and dryers, any appliance that was damaged due to U2, we are now able to pick that up curbside.
White goods and electronics, all debris piles must be 10 feet from the public easement to allow room for the crews to pick up.
We are encouraging residents to please go ahead and clear the debris from your home because this program is available and people are able to take advantage of it. And we don't necessarily have to wait for FEMA. You can take videos and pictures and that'll suffice for showing the inspector what kind of damages were incurred.
And removing trash from your home now puts you at an advantage, explains FEMA spokesperson David Gervino.
So we do not want people to hold on to debris or to refrain from bringing it out to the curb because of a concern regarding FEMA inspections not taking place yet. Just take some photographs of it, especially of your appliances and major damage. Photograph that, take videos if possible, but definitely photograph it and get that debris out because we have crews here on the ground ready to help now, and we don't want to delay the process any longer than absolutely necessary. So also to save receipts for purchases that you make while you're repairing and rebuilding your homes, and hold on to all that so that if asked later to provide them, you've got those.
The deadline for this curbside pickup is December 17th for Saipan and December 5th for Tinian.
If you don't listen to the instructions and you just pile debris on debris without listening to the different classifications, our crews won't be able to pick that up because we have one crew picking up strictly lumber, one crew picking up strictly green waste, and one crew picking up strictly household goods, as well as another crew that's now picking up white goods, electronics, and any household hazardous material. And that includes cooking oil or any kind of battery spills that you may have suffered through the impact of U2.
And FEMA inspections at residences are made by appointment only.
Generally within 7 to 10 days after registering for disaster assistance, you will get a call from a FEMA inspector setting a specific appointment to come to your home. So people do not need to wait inside their homes for an inspector to show up because we will call you and schedule that appointment, which is why it's really important that if you did not provide a phone number by which we can contact you or at least get a message to you, that you give us a call at 800-621-3362 or visit a disaster recovery center to provide a phone number so we can call you to get that appointment scheduled.
In addition, the Tetris program is currently in place assisting the community until December 8th. This is for tenting and roofing.
Just because you apply for FEMA disaster assistance doesn't mean that you're going to automatically be an applicant for the Tetris program. So we want to get that word out that if you want a new roof or a new tent and you feel that you may qualify, that is a separate program that you would have to apply through at the Koblerville Fire Station, as well as we also have a table at the Disaster Recovery Center at the Multipurpose Center.
For more news, visit saipantv.com. For KSPN2 News, I'm Ashley McDowell.
Well, here at home and in our neighboring islands, it's a common practice. Approximately 600 million or 10% of the world's population does it.
We're talking about chewing betel nut. And though it's cultural and there are some documented benefits of chewing, there's also a greater risk of multiple disease outcomes, most alarming of which is oral cancer. Earlier this week, researchers presented their findings on the beloved betel nut.
What this is basically a quit chewing program. It's designed for betel nut chewers who want to quit.
It's called the Betel Nut Intervention Trial, just one of many research investigations presented by members of the University of Guam and University of Hawaii Cancer Center Partnership to Advance Cancer Health Equity. Dr. Thaddeus Herzog is from the University of Hawaii. He has a background in smoking cessation research.
When I arrived in Hawaii, I was introduced to betel nut and betel nut research, and so we got the idea that why not take smoking cessation techniques, sort of programs you might be familiar with, and adapt them in various ways to attempt to meet the needs of betel nut chewers, to try to help betel nut chewers quit.
What did they know? Many betel nut chewers and cigarette smokers had a lot in common, including the desire to quit.
They didn't want to quit. Many had tried to quit, as is the case with cigarette smokers, but they didn't have a clear idea about how or when they would quit. But anyhow, putting all this information together, we thought, yes, it does make sense to try to develop a betel nut cessation program, using as a starting point cigarette smokers.
What did they do? 150 betel nut chewers, those who added tobacco from Guam and Saipan, participated. Half were given the full intervention program, the other half wasn't. Dr. Yvette Paulino is from the University of Guam.
The intervention group will get the full cessation program plus a basic booklet on information on quitting betel nut as well as the harmful effects of betel nut. And then the control group just gets the booklet without any other type of intervention.
The findings were positive.
At the end of the 22 days, the intervention, in other words, the people who actually went through the program, 15.5% of them reported that they had quit at the end of these 22 days, compared to just the 9.1% who did not get the full program, the control condition. And somewhat surprisingly, the quit rates even go up. The 6-month the 6-month follow-up.
After 6 months, those who participated in the full intervention reported a 40% quit rate, compared to the control group, who reported only a 21.4% quit rate. In a nutshell, it worked. Investigators admit they struggled with recruitment, but hope to continue enrollment, analyzing data, and publishing the results, with an emphasis on the tobacco aspect of betel quid.
Well, 100 Guam reservists are back home. The reservists arrived to Saipan within days after Super Typhoon U2. Reservists were redeployed because some of the mission assignments they had been assigned to and had been completed or transitioned to other agencies such as FEMA. Before boarding the C-130 Super Hercules, Mayor of Saipan David Apatang took the time to thank members of the Army Reserves for their hard work during relief efforts. For the third year in a row, UOG's nursing program reports a 100% passing rate 30 graduates from the nursing class of 2018 passed the National Council Licensure Examination, or NCLEX, on their first try, placing UOG's program pass rate over the national average. Those certified nurses are now working at GRMC, GMH, and off-island. Margaret Hattori Uchingma, dean of the School of Nursing, says the faculty have mentored the students for the program for the past 3 years, and students report that it's critical to their success. Another 32 nursing students are expected to graduate in May.
Well, it's official. The Commission on Chamorro Language and the Teaching of the History and Culture of the Indigenous People of Guam announces some major changes to standardized spellings and titles. Chamorro, or the name of the indigenous inhabitants of Guam, will be spelled capital C, capital H, lowercase A-M-O-R-U in English and in other languages. With a female at the top of our government, the Commission has also announced their official titles in Chamorro. That's Magahaga for Governor-elect Lulian Guerrero, Asagwan Magahaga for her husband, Jeff Cook, and Segundo Magalahi for Lieutenant Governor-elect Joshua Tenorio.
All right, we'll get in that gift shopping and get into the holiday spirit and join us for our Christmas Pop taking place on Sunday, December 2nd from noon to 6 p.m. at the Guam Museum in Hagåtña. It will be fun for the whole family. We promise you that, from local vendors and your favorite food trucks, and an area you can take family pictures or have the kids take pics with Santa or even the Grinch, to holiday workshops, and even Strongbow Cider House for the adults. We definitely hope to see you there.
Sports is next, but first your island weather.
Join the thousands who switched to GTA's handset payment option.
Now I can get the freshest new phone at any time.
My payments are based on my finances.
No more contracts for me. It's time to get the phone I want when I want it.
With HBO, I get to choose.
Call or visit GTA today to learn more about HBO, the most customizable phone plan on island, only at GTA.
MTO, professional janitorial services with a warm hospitality touch. MTO gives that gift year-round. Pressure wash roofs, pressure wash driveways, lawn service, home cleaning, carpet restoration, office cleaning, commercial window cleaning, floor care. When cleaning is in order, MTO has you covered. Call 647-6861 to inquire on how you can receive the maintenance you deserve.
MTO, celebrating 30 years with you, Guam.
Shell's Million Miles giveaway is back, and we're giving 100,000 United Mileage Plus miles to 10 lucky winners. So how do you make your getaway? Just use your Lucky 7 card when you fuel up with 7 gallons or more, and you're automatically entered to win. Fuel up at your nearest Shell station today and start planning your new adventure. No purchase necessary. Some conditions apply. See stores for details.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
What's up, Guam? Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. I have an update on our men's national basketball team competing in Thailand. I'll get to that in just a bit. But first off, it's Friday, so you know how we do it. Let's get to it. Your Direct Own Athlete of the Week. Check it out. We're here at Direct Own East Hagåtña for our Athlete of the Week. Today we have Taylor Bonner, who plays soccer for the JFK Islanders. Jack?
Congratulations. On behalf of Direct Own, who would you like to donate your check to?
I'd like to donate this check to EMC Cancer Foundation.
JFK riding an 8-0 record in this year's boys soccer league, undefeated.
I feel like this year we play more as a team than we did any other year before. We're working really well together because most of us have played with each other almost our whole lives.
Last game against the Ukudu Bulldogs, you were able to score 4 goals in that game.
Yes. I think it was because my team and I played very aggressive on the offensive side, and we really wanted to score the most goals and prove who we are as a team.
What's the experience been like for you at JFK playing as a soccer player?
I feel like this team has treated me really well. Even last year when I was a freshman, I fit really well, and we are just like a family to each other. Our coach has always been positive towards us, and he'll always correct our mistakes when he knows we're making mistakes that shouldn't be made.
You're a member of the Guam Junior National Soccer Team. What's lined up for you guys in the future?
We have a tournament in September coming up against Asia, and we're looking to hopefully do good in that one too.
Congratulations. Stay tuned to our next Direct on Athlete of the Week.
KUAM Sports Athlete of the Week is brought to you by...
Our men's national basketball team improved to 4-0 at the FIBA Asia Cup pre-qualifiers in Thailand. Guam defeated Indonesia last night 65-53. Ernest Ross Jr. going to the rack. He finished with 13 points. Ty Wesley put up a game-high 19 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 assists. Guam will next face Macau tonight at 9 p.m. Malaysia tomorrow at 3 in the afternoon. You can catch all the games streaming live on YouTube at FIBA Asia Cup. In programming news, Monday, December 3rd on the stations of KUAM, 4 in the morning, NFL on CBS, KUAM TV 11. The Buffalo Bills head to Miami to take on the Dolphins. Then at 11:15 in the morning, switch the channel over to KUAM TV 8 for NBC Sunday Night Football. Phillip Rivers and the LA Chargers taking on Big Ben and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Guam Visitors Bureau wants you to dance the night away with them on December 1st. GVB is putting on the largest K-pop event in the Pacific, and you're invited. The MBC K-pop music concert on Guam, presented by Lotte Duty Free, is scheduled for December 1st from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Governor Joseph Flores Memorial Park in Tumon. And it's absolutely free. GVB is bringing 5 incredible K-pop acts to Guam for a special made-for-TV concert event, headlined by global K-pop sensation Twice, featuring their latest comeback, and featuring Supernova, Mighty Mouth, Elris, and JBJ95. This GVB signature event is presented by Lotte Duty Free and sponsored by... Go to kpop.visitguam.com for your free tickets and come dance the night away with Twice in Tumon.
I know a thing or two about chicken, and I love these new honey barbecue glazed tenders. Maybe because they're sweet, like me. He's just gonna love this. Adorbs. Or maybe because they're spicy, like me.
Thank you for the sweater.
You're welcome.
Introducing McDonald's Sweet and Spicy Honey Barbecue Glazed Tenders. Made with all white meat chicken, hand-tossed and glazed to order. They're the perfect combination of sweet and spicy, just like Grandma.
Has it started?
It's back and bigger than ever. The big deal is going now at Triple J. Our best pricing on all new and used cars with no payments for 90 days, 1.9% financing on approved credit, and a $500 gift certificate from Kmart or the Micronesian Mall. Get thousands off for the holidays on all new Hondas, Acuras, Fords, Mazda, Lincolns, Volvos, Kias, and used cars. Now is the time to come see the largest selection of brands on Guam during Triple J's biggest promotion of the year. Stop by Triple J or get pre-approved instantly online at triplejguam.com. Trade-ins welcome. Some conditions apply. See dealer for details. Triple J. Customers first.
And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. Jamie Laurel Sanchez, happy birthday. That coming from your family. They say we love you.
Happy birthday, Francisco Cruz Borja Jr. Wishing you an I did it my way 82nd birthday. May your wishes come true. God bless. Familiamu, thanks you all for all that you do, especially your wonderful and loving Asaguamu, Hugueza, Toro y Tempu.
Bailey Joseph, happy 14th birthday from Mommy Iris with so much love.
Happy birthday, Yvonne Mesa. Happy birthday blessings, Mom, Grandma, Auntie, the family.
Carita Jean Cordero Diego, happy 6th birthday, baby girl. Love the entire family.
Happy birthday, Peter Jesus.
Also, Isabella Borja, happy 9th birthday to our big girl. We hope you had an awesome day. We love you from Mom, Dad, Joycey, and Jojo.
And happy birthday to Christine St. Augustine. Happy birthday blessings, love the familia. Remember, you can be a part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online on KUAM.com. Please make sure to include your photo, your name, and birth date so we can celebrate you. And it's time, Nick, to announce the winner of our Yummy Cold Stone Creamery Cake. And it's that is my drum roll, please.
This week's winner is Destiny Hernandez. Happy belated birthday to you and congratulations. A rep will be contacting you on how you can redeem your yummy cake. Share with Crystal.
Oh, share with me. I love ice cream cake. That's going to do it for us here on Primetime. Stay tuned. Extras next.
Closed cap.